I don't have real strong feelings about that because I haven't kept up with it. What I remember was that in 2016, the guy that ran Blog Tyrant, Ramsey Taplin, tweeted "What England?" in the middle of the night, and I knew that meant that Brexit, had won. That was in the summer of 2016. It's nationalism, it's localism, it's kind of the same thing that the white working class, kind of Trumpism, the white working class has been let down. Individuals are left behind, they're not being taken care of, they can't make a living, honestly. And so there is a variation of that besides, just like on the left, it's about race and everything. On the right, it's about that something's being taken away from them, so if they can have their own country again, and their own borders and everything, that somehow they're going to be able to manage their affairs and they'll be better off. I don't know what happens to Scotland. It would be, Scotland may want to stay in the EU, so the United Kingdom may break up. And you won't have a United Kingdom anymore that's meaningful. There's also one of the things that's really interesting about the internet. All the British Commonwealth countries of Australia, Canada, and so forth, New Zealand, they all are kind of pretty similar in their laws and their attitude. And they're a tremendous part of the internet as far as the YouTube is concerned and Facebook and so forth. They're a tremendous part of the content that we get comes from that group of countries. And they are all culturally similar. And they're not quite the same as the rest of Europe. They are on individual rights more liberal than a lot of, for example, Eastern Europe is and so forth. I don't have real strong feelings about it. I guess London could try to become another Dubai, try to become sort of a self-sufficient island again, and kind of pretend it's an autarky or something. The EU is broken down to some extent with this bureaucracy. You saw the copyright directive that I talked about in the other video, the Article 13, the Article 11, the link tax, and then the issue of screening videos before they're put up, and not even allowing them to be put up. That is something that came largely from Germany and France. It didn't really come from England. England is a little more libertarian, and the British Commonwealth countries as a whole, even though there's some problems. Canada has gone over the board with the left sometimes. You've heard some of the stories. But they're a little more libertarian in terms of their speech and social policies, I think, than, even though there are a lot of complaints. You hear a lot of complaints about what's going on in England right now, than maybe some of the Central European countries are.